want to kind of explain what a heart song is, because it's a kind of a newer concept. I've never heard of anyone doing something like this before. So when God kind of put the idea in our hearts, we were like, oh, okay, we like this, but this is new, you know? So basically, I had an idea of what a heart song was, but Candace, bless your heart, helped me define it. Because I was like, oh, I have this great idea. And I'm trying to explain it to my husband. And he's like, what is a heart song? And I'm like, well, it's, what is it? So a heart song is kind of like songs or music that have lyrics that represent hearts or desires for something that you're at the time. And so God kind of put these songs in our heart to kind of express how he feels about the weekend and how maybe it can inspire, encourage people that will be attending, prep their heart. But a little bit, the last appling we did was 2022. And then God just told us to take a break. And actually, since the first one that we did in 2016, we never got a year without at least doing one, if not two. So there was a lot of our identity that was kind of, it wrapped up in it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so we knew it was time to take a break. We were trying to have our second child, but also there was things that God wanted to do. He wanted to prune things. He wanted to grow things. And so it was a time of going, okay, we know we're going to do it again, but we don't know when, and we know it's going to be completely different when we do it. So that's a very humbling thing, you know, when God, this thing that you've been doing that you feel a part of, says, okay, stop. I want to redo this. I want to show you something. Mm-hmm. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was kind of just like a season of rest, you know, and a season of, you know, for us to focus on our family, and so, you know, so you kind of, you know, we're used to doing it every year, if not twice a year, and so when it's coming time, you know, to like, you know, plan the next one, we just kind of pause and we're like, are we doing this just because we've always done it, or like what does Father want us to do, you know? And so we paused and we got with Papa, and it was real clear for us to take a season of rest, and to focus on our family and our new baby that was coming, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And so
that makes sense.
Yeah. And so it was like a time of like, basically, we know we're going to do it again, but we don't have any desire to do it right now. And just to be honest, I mean, I think like we don't know how this fits. What is it? So we were just waiting. We were waiting, and then one day, I started having this come to me. You know, this heart song thing come to me, and at the time, you know, our son, that our youngest, had a lot of health things we were figuring out, and Justin was working 6 days. So it was just 6 days a week. And so like, how do we even, okay, this is great, but bandwidth, I don't see how this can ever happen. You know, we're just in the middle of it. We're in the thick of it. And so, you know, I might have a thing, but this is the head of my household. So if God's not going to tell me something that we should do and then not tell him, you know, so it's like, okay, again, wait. So we just said, okay, God, well, this is the amount of money that we would need to put a deposit down. And so if you want us to do this, give that to us. So we have confirmation that you want to do this. And so that it would be like okay. And then about a week later, a believer who we love very much, but hadn't talked to for a long time, sent us that exact amount of money.
And it wasn't a small amount.
It wasn't a small amount. And it wasn't like almost the same amount. It was the exact amount. So it was like, okay.
And then when we hadn't talked to anyone about it, anyone at all, and this person, we hadn't even spoke to them in a while. So it was totally something that Father was working with the person. You know, it was so clear. You know.
That's great.
And so at that point, then Justin had some secret place time with God in the backyard while our oldest was running around and, you know, just having that time. And God kind of wove together the pieces of the playlist, the heart song playlist for Justin. And so he wanted to go ahead and just share that with you. And so we just believe it will bless your heart.
Yeah, thank you, dear. Yeah. So at first, just like she was saying, like at first, when she brought this idea of a heart song, like I really had no idea. Like what is this? Like what, probably similar to what y'all were thinking at first as well. You know what I mean? But then I really started Father put some specific songs in her heart, and then and put some, and then I got quiet with Father, and I was just talking with him about this event, and and things like that, and he started kind of revealing some things to me, like some songs for this playlist, songs. I mean, as y'all know, because y'all are musicians, after God's heart, that music is a tool that can communicate God's heart in such a way, like sometimes like no other. And it can heal and minister, just like someone one-on-one ministering, or someone teaching or speaking in front of a group. It can heal, in a real unique way. And we're big fans. We love music. We kind of nerd out sometimes on it. That's why we're looking forward to spending this time talking to y'all. Y'all are our people. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I was talking to Father, and then he started revealing some things about this heart song playlist. And about the songs. Put some other songs in my heart to add to it, and then put them in a certain order, that kind of thing. And so this playlist, it pretty much sums up, the heart of Appling, our heart, and it was on my heart to tell a story with it, with the order of them, and the songs themselves, it's kind of a story of the progression of coming to fall in love with him, how he loves us, how he teaches us, how he guides us, transforms us, and then what he's called us to do, the response, and so just kind of going through the songs, kind of some stuff that Father revealed to me. So that first song is Believe by Blessing Offer. And so like to me, so I was going through listening to songs and just bawling my eyes out the whole time, because Father, he's like revealing his heart, like in such a beautiful, tangible way. So this whole time, he's just, I was just bawling pretty much. I'm not ashamed to cry in front of my Father.
I do it all the time.
And just he. I have no shame. I'm so, he wants to melt our heart and have us fall in love with him. Every single day he wants us to fall in love with him again. And so I was going through this playlist, and the first one, it's Believe, and that song, it's really about being very vulnerable, and some of our humanity coming out, and like we all have questions, and so it's like that song, it's like pouring your heart out, like this is what I'm coming with, I have all these questions, and are you going to take care of me, and just all those questions, like God is not intimidated by the questions, and our humanity side, like he wants all of it. He wants all of us. We don't have to come to him in such a perfect, groomed way. You know what I mean? And so it's like this is, I have all these questions. Am I not the only person that has all these questions or doubts, or am I? Can I really trust you? And then it's like, the whole song is kind of summarizing that, and then it's like I poured my heart out there, and then like just trust fall, into God's arms. The second one is to the Table by Zach Williams. To me that this is, it's kind of like an invitation, to the ones who feel broken or worthless or dirty. They don't feel like they deserve it because all the bad stuff they've done. Father longs for you and all that stuff. His arms are always outstretched, towards you. And he'll, and you come as you are, and he'll clothe you in righteousness and comfort and love. This table has a chair with your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
God's always wanted you at this table. And Jesus pulled the chair out for you. He's calling you your specific name. Bring all your stuff. There's a seat for you. And then the third song is "Don't Give Up on Me" by Brandon Lake. And so you take the dive, you trust fall, into God's arms. You sit at the table. The prodigal son has come home. The lost sheep was found. All of heaven is rejoicing, because you come home. But when we come to the table and we brought our brokenness and our bondage, what do we need more than anything? We need a father. He's the best father there's ever been. He'll be your all in all. The redemptive names of God. Jehovah Rohi. The Lord, my shepherd. Jehovah Jireh. My provider. My healer. Jehovah Rapha. Shalom. The Lord, my peace. All this is summed up by one word. Father. He is our all in all. He's all we need, and we can't completely rely on him, and trust our heart with him. So to me that was that song, it really beautifully says that in a really beautiful way. So then that next song, he waits for me, by Consumed by Fire. This song it's all about going to the secret place where it's just you and Father. He longs for a people, for his kid, like who want nothing more than just to be with him. And to give him your whole heart. That's why he did what he did. He gives us joy and strength and peace. In his presence there's fullness of joy. So this is how we're sustained on the inside. Is by staying in his presence. In the secret place. If you had, I once heard this said, if you had, two kids, suppose you're a parent, you have two kids, and you have one kid that has a lot of talents, like maybe at sports, has a lot of trophies, straight A student, that's one kid, and then the other kid is just a kid and wants nothing more than just spend time with you. What does that mean to a father?
Mm-hmm.
That's our God.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want a bunch of spiritual superstars with a bunch of trophies and I puff myself up. Look how spiritual I am. He just wants a bunch of kids. I want nothing more than just to spend time with him and love him and live for him. So the next song is Remember, by Stephanie Gretzinger. That's like one of my favorites. He doesn't ever force us to surrender to him. He loves us into it. And so when you're presented with what he did to have you, to set you free, God gave his precious little one, the final Passover lamb. He was slain for you and me. you know, when we consider how valuable that price was, like it's like, like what other choice do we have than to give him everything? You know, and it's funny, you know, when you do that, and you know, when you really die to yourself, that's really when you start to live. You know, and that's really when you get set free on the inside. You know, so you know, remember that's all about, you know, the price that Jesus paid. You know, that you know, even though he didn't want to do it, you know, and just all this torturing and the pain that he was going to endure. You know, and you know, 3 times, you know, he has his father, you know, can this cup pass from me? Even though he knew the answer, you know, but he cried out to his father for help. You know, that's your value. You know, your value was set on the cross. Like, no matter what happens, you know, his love was set by when he chose to give his son. Like he knew what he was paying for. You know, he knows that we're not perfect. You know, we mess up. You know, but like you are his plan A. You know, and you know, so you know, the value of something, it's set by the price that was paid for it. So that value was Jesus, the perfect man. That's your value. You know, and so I think that there's something really huge with. That's why, you know, God tells us, you know, that's why we do communion. You know, and you know, that we always remember that's such a huge thing for us to not get complacent of. You know, it reminds you what your value is. You know, then the next song, the commission. You know, so you were bought with a price, right? And just like I said, you know, the value and the worth of something bought is based on the price paid. You know, and you know, that's what sets your worth, your value. You know, his love for you is settled on the cross. You know, and you know, you make him your all in all, and spend time in the secret place with Father, and he'll show you exactly what he thinks about you. I promise he will. And self-esteem stuff starts to go away. You know, your feeling of being dirty or broken starts to go away. Your feeling of loneliness starts to go away. You know, but then he shows you, like, it's not just you, but it's them too. You know, he works his compassion in your heart. You know that.
It's a good thing to remember, because we can always think, you know, a lot of road is passed through the time, and we think we get it all together, and we have to remember where we came from,
Right.
and all the things God delivered us from. And there was some big stuff he delivered me from, that was for sure.
Wow.
But even now, is, you know, just because you've been down a long road and you've been part of a lot of things or whatever, it doesn't mean anything really. It's
yeah, totally.
Little kids.
Amen.
Awesome, Bob.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you know, the same way that we came to him broken, like, you know, there's many people out there still broken. You know, and so, you know, I think one of the most changing things for me was when, you know, is you know, for, you know, we should seek God daily, you know, to show us how he sees people.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we'll well up, he'll fill us with such a compassion. You know, that compassion that Jesus had. You know, when that leper came to him to be healed, and you know, lepers, you know, were shunned. You know, that they were outcasts. You know, and like everyone stayed away from lepers. You know, but Jesus put his hand on them, you know, and embraced them. you know, that compassion is what he will work in your heart, you know, for people. You know, and you know, there's a lot of broken people that's still out there. You know, so that song, you know, is talking about like going, you know, to tell the world about them. You know, this is our commission, like our duty. You know, and when God puts that compassion for people in your heart, it's like I have no other option but to tell everyone about them. You know, and then that last song, you know, nothing something, real beautiful song. You know, it's talking about, you know, if I don't have love, you know, it means nothing. You know, like you know, so we know, you know, we're called, you know, to love people, and you know that's what we've been commissioned to do, and so the way that we do it, the way we carry it out is, you know, that next song really summarizes it really beautifully. You know, you can do all these good Christian things like that look good to other Christians and look super spiritual. You know, you can go to church or fellowship, you know, 3 times a week, and you know, but if I'm not loving people on a daily basis, it's like what am I doing? You know, I'm just playing church. You know, and you know, and you know, if I'm loving people, if I'm not loving people, you know, if I'm only loving people when they deserve it, you know, that's not Jesus style, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, he's really straightforward about you know what it looks like, you know, to walk like, you know, like Jesus, and you know, it all comes down to love, you know, and you know, and so, you know, it so takes, you know, sincerely asking Father, you know, to show us how He sees people, you know, show me my value, and then at the same time He'll show you their value. Then you start loving people without trying to be loving. You know, you're just being yourself because God's transformed you because you spent time in the secret place. You know, like we don't have to try to like grit our teeth and make ourselves be loving to people. You know, you know, God's the heart worker. You know, I don't have to change myself or you know, discipline myself like and grit my teeth to, you know, to be nice to people's faces, but then when they turn around, you know, I mumble something. You know, like what's that? You know what I mean? And of course, you know, it's all a process, and you know, and you know, we're all you know, continually seeking God for that, and you know, it's not something that I have to you know, strive to fix myself and make myself look more like that. You know, it's like spend time in the secret place, and he'll transform you, and just so you know, so you know, just loving people. I mean, that's God's really shown me that really big. You know, it can't be learned from study alone. You know, that's a part of it, right? But or listen to someone speaking or teaching. You know, it has to be a supernatural God transforming your heart. You know, and showing you these things in your spirit. He's very good at teaching that. You know, and there's one quote from that book.
The book that we sent y'all, it wasn't like a requirement for it to read, but just thought it would bless you.
Yeah.
Very good.
But so Jeremy Riddle saying, there's a quote from that book. So it says, I still find it amusing how many processes I went through, skills I developed, leadership tools I acquired, and labor-intensive sessions I waded through, only to discover the key to all along was yielding to the Holy Spirit. I mean, does anyone else find it ironic how many years of striving it takes to finally learn to give up? How long it takes to stop trying to impress and please people and simply surrender? Yeah. Spiritual maturity is formed in someone who has learned to yield to the Holy Spirit to wait, to listen, to hear, and to obey. The greater the yielding, the greater the power. True spiritual power does not flow through powerful people, only surrendered ones. But yeah, so that's that was kind of some stuff that God was revealing to me about this heart song, this heart song, playlist, for Apple in our heart, and yeah, just with God, it'd be great. And we think that Father was kind of working that in us, and I think it can prepare your heart and really get you there, to prepare for the weekend, I believe, and yeah, I think that's about it with that.